Hi guys. Well, I'm going to do a bit of a glitter demo today. So I'm just looking at the time there. It won't go too long, but I'm not going to stress. These videos take a while sometimes, and I don't want to stress about the time. Anyway, so we're going to do glitter, and I'm half covered with glitter at the moment. I've had a bit of a look very quickly at one of these. You might have remembered from, I don't know how many weeks ago, this, not a very good shot here, but this nail, Mknzome glitter nail powder. I did a short with it, I think, if I remember rightly. They're actually loose powders, and they came in different shapes and sizes. Well, not really shapes and sizes, but different colours. And I only opened one just not long ago just to have a peek in it, and they're actually loose powder. So they're the ones that comes with the eyeshadow brushes. So I thought we'd demo them today. There's several colours. Now I've got them sorted on the left-hand side of me, which you can't see, but each polish with each colour. It's funny, you know, it can look one colour, you move it around, it looks another colour. Then move it around, it looks another colour, and then move it around again, because it's like holograph. So it's weird. So this is a rose gold on one side, and it's bluey and greeny and bluey another. So, but I'll put him back with the other one. I just wanted to bring him out to show you when I was quickly showing things there. So we're just going to sort of go through it. These ones that I've got, well, they're actually laying on the left here, but they're rose gold, blue, gold, black, white, green, actually, blue, green. There's just a mixture of them. So these ones here are just mainly just for show at the moment. They're spares. I think there's about 2 of each colour or something like that. I can't remember how many was in the container. So we're just going to start. There's no rhyme or reason what we're going to start. But this one was the one I was holding up, which was sort of rose gold in one way and then blue, and then, yeah, in the other light I thought it was just rose gold, but it's actually a few colours. So then I was trying to match up some polish colours to go with it. But if in doubt, well, you can just use your base coat, a clear. But if you match up the colour sort of with the actual loose powder, then if you make any mistakes, it's not so obvious. So that's why I've sort of matched them up, but I couldn't really find exactly what I was looking for. So, yeah, so we'll be using the tips here. Now, if you're using it on your own nails, obviously you'll prep beforehand. You'll buff, dehydrate, prime, and then base coat, and then you go from there. You can go straight over the base coat with it, or you can put after that, after it's cured, you colour and then go onto the powders. But I'm just using the tips, so I won't have to go through all that. But I might be using the clear though. Well, that's I always trouble with these things. At the moment I'm using it kind of blue tack has been and there's a bit of pink on top of that. That's the trouble with blue tack. It doesn't really, if you're using translucent colours, it's not the best. That's got blue tack underneath the pink on that one. They're a mixture at the moment because they're reusable, but I wish blue tack came in pink tack instead of blue tack. So anyway, we'll do our best. So we'll start on the, I see now it's looking purplish. There, that light looking in the camera, I'm looking at the camera, it looks pink, but it looks purple, pinkish. And then it's just all sorts of colours. So I think this is the one I opened up briefly just before filming. And that's when I found out it was actually a loose powder, which I didn't realise that. Oh yeah, it's okay, it must have sort of sealed itself up again, sort of, but anyway, I think this is the one I opened. Or maybe it was a different one. Anyway, don't matter. Oh, yeah. So it's, I should have brought, well, you'll see it in a minute anyway. Perhaps if I get it, I don't think I've got the right tweezers with me here. Wait a minute, I'll just reach over there. There's something here I can use it. Oops, talk about ASMR going on here. Perhaps if I sprinkle a little bit on here maybe. It's fairly clean, but it's just loose. It's really pretty. Well, it's just as good as my finger. I'm not touching gel. I've got my alcohol on that in case anything happens. Gel on my fingers. It's just really loose powder. It's just loose powder. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's the easiest ways with my fingers. And yeah, then just give it a bit of a clean. But yeah, it's very fine glitter. And very sparkly, very soft too. So you see all that in my fingers there. So you wouldn't want to be doing that too much with it because you'd just be wasting it. I want to be wasting it. Well, I've got more on there than I thought I would. Anyway, I'll just rub my fingers a bit there and get the majority of it off, and then I'll get a bit of alcohol, or what have I got, creams and alcohol. Got alcohol here, that's probably the best thing. I'm going to be covered in glitter anyway, but just give it a bit of a wipe with a tissue, because I am going to be, and one of the ways is you can sprinkle it on anyway, so, you know, I'm going to be getting it on me. So, put that back there for now. So I'll try this pink one first, and I've chosen a clear base coat and one that's got a bit of colour in it, a bit of pinky colour. Oh, I've got a lot of, wipe a bit more of that off. So I can even try them on 2 nails if I need to make any more of these stands. Well, I've got some on standing by if I need it. So we'll try, let's try the colour one first. This is a Tamika ZF18. So as I said, you'd normally do all the prep work, base, blah, 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 and then the cure, and then colour. Now you'd be, after your base coat was cured, then you come in with your colour. So probably just be using one coat, but these are big tips, so got to remember to have enough on my brush. Obviously with your own nails, or generally you always go for thinner coats. But, and this was, I've used this before, even though I'm not sure whether this was Cat-Eye, but it's familiar to me, this one, that's for sure. Yeah, let's make sure we are in shot there. Now, so this is that, yes, I've shown this on camera before. Sometimes when you're doing your own finger, you sometimes don't want to start at the actual cuticle. You start just before it and then push it up so you don't, it doesn't all end up, you know, too close to your cuticle. But I know that I'm only using these tips, so I'm not being as careful, obviously. But so we'll just do one coat of that. See, this is matching this very well, to be honest. It's probably might be matching too well because it might not show up. Let's hope it shows up. So, oh, I just realised, yeah, I've got my lamp turned on. Now, so actually, if you can dip it in there too, if you've got a deep enough pot of glitter, but this is not deep enough to do that. Although you could dip the tip in. I haven't even worked out what design I'm doing or anything like that at the moment. I've just playing it by ear here. Okay, well let's try and dip it in. Just dip the tip in. I'll try and make it all come sort of deepish in one area of the container here, and just go for a bit of a dip in there. Oh, carrot. Oh wow, okay. It's a little bit like a French tip. It's a bit it's not a strong smile line, but actually that's not bad. I don't mind that. Closer. Slightly French tip, but you would have it a little bit more of a rounded edge. So you can also, well, let's try just sprinkling here and there. I might use the tweezers instead of my fingers, because otherwise I'm going to waste too much of it. Sprinkle a bit more on it with these tweezers aren't really suitable. So I'll get that. I guess I could sprinkle some on with this tool, perhaps. Yeah, that might be better. A sprinkle. Just grab it like a little baby spade. Now let's think about what we want to do though. What do we want to do? Oh, I'll just bit there and a bit there. Oh, I'm just sprinkling it anywhere. So there's no rhyme or reason with that one. You can, use your eyeshadow brush too. Matter of fact, I'll put a line maybe down the middle of it. So it's a bit of a weird shape, but that's okay. I like doing things differently. It spoiled the semi-French tip, but that's okay. So it's just a bit of just whatever design. You could do anything. You put a little. You can rub this into a cured or semi-cured top coat too, which we'll see how we go. Yeah, to be honest, this hasn't been cured at all, so you wouldn't really be using this with the eyeshadow brush when the eyeshadow applicator when it hasn't been cured at all. So yeah, I don't think that's very good, that one. But anyway, I'll cure it. I'll just wipe that eyeshadow brush on a bit of a tissue here I've got. Make sure it doesn't run. I'll cure that. And then you cure it and then you put top coat once you're happy with it. Actually, what I could do to make that one look a bit better, if I can find, before I cure that, where are my little caviar sparkles? Oops, there goes the light. Sorry about that. That was the phone. The light went and the phone went. Back again. Somewhere on this table, I've got my little sparkle things. I didn't even think I'd be using. However, we've got some other sparkle things. Let's have a look. Okay, let's straighten up here. Sorry, I knocked everything over. Just want something really tiny. The ones I'm looking for, I actually don't know where they're. Why don't I ever found them? No, they're in a little jar like this. The ones I'm looking for. That's all right. I've got plenty of these things. I just want tiny ones though. There's the tiny ones in here. Yeah, actually, when I was saying caviar beads the other day, technically these are the caviar beads. These aren't really that, but sometimes I just call everything, you know, caviar beads. But these ones, which are actually balls, they're the caviar beads. So with this one, before I cure it, I might put something on there. This is what happens when you're not organised, but that's okay. That's the way I like to do things. Just play it by ear. Okay, let's see. Some silver ones in there. Now I need my little whoopsie. Pick her up. Okay, yeah, these are really tiny. Okay. These are really tiny. So maybe, I don't know whether I want to go that tiny, to be honest. It's going to be a bit of a pain. I'll go around at the moment. No. So, I don't know. Well, let's not go so tiny. I've got tiny ones out. We'll just go for a little bit bigger, perhaps. Silver. I've got silver and gold. Got all sorts of things here, but I think pearl. Okay, let's go for one of these. I think this is the size of those other ones I was looking for. I know there's somewhere on the table, but there's just so much on this table. So I'll just put. I'm just picking that up with that. Yeah, they're good, the powders, actually. Yeah, it's not going to take, I don't think. It might. It's not meant to be in the middle, actually. It's meant to be offside a bit. Yeah, I'll have that one offside. And two other different ones here. These are around the wrong way. That's the only trouble. With these tweezers, I'll just put one there at about 1 o'clock, and the other one, this is about the same size as the other one, first one we did, but that's okay. Oops, it's bouncing around everywhere. Oh, where's my little wax tool there? Sorry, probably had a shot there. I was trying to concentrate on getting this. Can't pick it up with the wax tool until it's around the right way. So, and we'll put that one about there. So there's two big ones and one small one. Maybe put one more small one. I've got to turn this around. There's two on the end now. If I can turn this around the right way. Okay, I think I've got that. Yep. So it's a random. Yeah, okay, that looks better. That looks nicer. Okay, so I'll cure that for a bit. Probably only need 30 seconds, to be honest. Yeah. So, and then I'll put a top coat over that. So, yeah, they came to the rescue, these ones. But actually, I wasn't even planning on using any of these today. I just put things on the table, you never know what's going to happen. So, we'll wait for that one to They're the caviar beads in gold, silver, dark grey and rose gold. As I said, they're the proper caviar beads. So that's had 30, it should be enough. And then we'll put a top coat over that and seal it in. Just make sure those beads are stuck there, right? Well, okay, that one's not. The other ones are. What I could do is just take this one off for a second. Take that one off for a second. And just put a little bit of, well, when I put the top coat on, actually, I'll just make sure I've got top coat. There's top coat. And that one's just a colour. Where's my top coat? I must have thought that was the top coat or base coat. Oh, let me just grab a top coat. It's only a few. Oh, wait on. Here it is. No, here it is. Here it is. Oh no, that's a base coat. I'm only a few feet away. Just one second. Varnell. No, rewind. I have got the top coat here. I just remembered it's the Varnell brand. It was there all the time, just to the left. I'll just put a bit of top coat on that. Diamante, whatever you want to call them. And then just place it on there so it'll stick. Oops. Take it off that stand, actually. So we'll put it back somewhere between 6 and 7 o'clock. I'm purposely not putting it exactly centred. So it wants to stick to the tweezer now. I've got to spin it over. The right side. That's the right side. Oh no, it's not the right side. They're both. That's the right side. Okay. Fiddly things these are, but it gives me patience, which I need. Oh, doesn't want to come off the tweezers. Heavens, it'll come off. We just got to have patience. All right, I'll just put him down here. I'll just use another tool to get it off. Okay, and just push him over where I wanted him. Somewhere like that. Now, when I put the top coat on, I have to be extra careful around that one. Normally, when you put it on, these are only small, so it doesn't matter if it goes over the top of them. But when they're bigger ones, you don't put the top coat over the top, you put them around it. But I will actually cover this because they're not big. You don't have to glide it on if you don't want to. Just want to get that initial bit on there to get these to stick properly. And then I might put another layer on there, but that's looking prettier. That's looking prettier than it was before. You be careful with the glitter going back in the same container too. All right, now I'll pop that for another 30 seconds. Gee, I don't know how many colours we're going to get through the rate I'm going. We might not get through them all, and it doesn't matter if we don't, but it's okay. That's all right. There are 1 or 2 hour videos out there now, so that happens well. You can go forward. You can slide your slider across. You can change your speed, whatever, if you want to go forward. I understand that. So after that one, so that's the pink one, which I'm actually happy with. I was beginning to think that was going to be a disaster, but it turned out all right. But yeah, the powder's lovely. Very nice. I love anything to do with glitter and that. All right, well, that's finished. So I'll just put another layer of top coat on it. Generous this time with it. And now I'll just go over the top the whole lot. Being generous with it. And I'll give that 60 seconds and then I'll be the finish of that one. I always give it a bit extra at the end. So this might be designated, the varnish might be designated my glitter top coat. And normally you'd be wiping it and that's the glitter, but if you can, it's a good idea to designate one certain top coat and base coat when you're doing glitter stuff anyway, so yeah, I can do that. So the next one, I just realised with that, you know what I could have done with that gold? I could have got a black polish, but I haven't got a black polish out at the moment. Yeah, so all my polishes are not in order. I go over to my trolley. I don't know whether I'll have a very quick look while that's curing. You'll be able to hear me still. Black. Oh, well, lucky. We found it. Actually, I found another colour too, but I found black. I didn't think I'd find it so quickly, so that's good. So that could go with the gold. So that's another idea too for the gold when we get to it. So, okay, this one's done. Okay, so that turned out pretty good. I take this. I've noticed this particular thing really goes bright in the camera, so yeah, that's that one. So it turned out all right. Not bad. I mean, you know, nothing spectacular, but it's not bad. And the way you sort of tap to test. I mean, I know that it's done, especially 60 seconds. But see, tapping over the rhinestones. Everything's all hard there. And if you're actually putting them on your fingers, you can even go over with another layer of top coat. So I've got a little bit of a French happening there, but not much because it's not like a strong. I wasn't purposely going for a French. I was just having the dip in. So anyway, not bad. So that's that one. Put him aside. Now, actually, because I haven't done black polish before, I might actually do the gold one next. Let's put this, imagine dropping this all over the ground. Crikey. That would be, well, that's a very Australian thing to say, crikey. C-R-I-K-E-Y, that sort of means, oh, dang, you know, hell, oh no. So, yeah, all right, so we'll try the gold one. Now, pressing into the top coat method, I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. Keep that one over there for a second. Yes, I might do the... Okay, we'll use this blue one here. So this is a nice deco. This is just a black matte. So this might need a couple of coats too, a couple of curings. I don't know whether I've used this one before. I don't think I have. I've used a few other brands with but black, but I don't know, this one, yeah, a bit more on my brush there. There's a huge, big, long coffin tip, so remember, you do it things a bit differently on your own. No, you don't like flood anything or... And it should be a thin layer. This is a pretty thick layer, to be honest. It's probably too thick. Let's see, yeah, that's enough. A couple of spots I missed there. Yeah, this will need a This will need 60 at least. I'm just trying to think if I do could do a French with that too. I'll give that 60. I've got some things in the post too. Speaking of French nails, got something coming with that. They haven't arrived yet. So yeah, might dip that one in, and then maybe rub some of the, rub it with the eyeshadow brush. Let's get this opened. Oh, okay, I can't remember opening that. Anyway, maybe it just screwed off with the seal come off at the top because I haven't used it before. I might, yeah, I might dip that. I might try and manipulate that to do it the way I want. I might just, or I could do a line, a French line. Well, let's try that. So I'll push the bottom to one side of the, I won't dip it in as much as the other one. Okay, oh, it's like a French line. I wonder if I could get it to come over this way a bit. I've got an idea. If I can make that. Not sure. I might leave that as it is there. It's kind of like it's just like a line. It's not really a smile line or anything. The only other thing, I could try on an angle there. Kind of, it's a bit weird, but kind of worked. Because it's still not fully cured, so that's why it's, because it was a thick. Right. That kind of worked. Just trying to match up the other side. Match it with the other side. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So I was able to make a French line there with that. So what I'll do now, haven't finished the actual nail yet, but gee, that looks bright with the light. It looks much brighter when you look through the camera. I guess because I've got the blue light filter on my camera. It looks much nicer not looking through the camera lens here. Cover that. Well, actually, we'll be using it again in a minute. So now I'm going to put a bit of top coat on. Put some top coat. There are several methods to do this, so I'm thinking about rubbing it in. Oops, I'm purposely meant to get a lot on my brush, but not that much. Let me take a bit off. I'm thinking about rubbing it in, so... Oh, it's actually going all over the... Okay, that's pretty. Huh, okay. Well, that's come off there, but it's given a sheen all over the nail. I wasn't expecting that glitter powder to come off, but actually that's what it looks like when you rub it in. That came off that French, but we can still do it again. See, that's made that all glittery now. It's taken it off the end there. but it's glittery. It's gold with the black. So I don't actually need to rub that in because that's gone all over it, but I'll do the dipping again. So I don't know whether we'll be successful with that again. It could have been just lucky. Bit of dip there. Tapping it off. Not really, but we can manipulate it sort of with a toothpick, which I've got here. Good. We can manipulate that a little bit. It's not, because it's not like proper French. It just looks a bit like an eggplant, doesn't it? Yeah, like this is a bit, yeah. Doing a bit of blending here. Yeah, I quite like that. And so you've got gold speckled right through the whole thing. And yeah, you could put some diamantes on top of that too. Yeah, I'm okay with that. With that blending, you can blend it a bit more if you wanted to. That looks pretty. Yeah, I'm okay with it. So I'll give that 60 seconds, I think. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be needing any more gold in that because there's plenty enough. I think that'll do for the gold one. So when that comes out, I think I'll just brush off. You normally brush off any excess powder, by the way. That's what I forgot to do before. That's why I realised it all blended in with the black. So, but anyway, it worked out good. So next time I'll just concentrate on the method rubbing it into the top coat. Keep this one here that we've done while I'm waiting for that other one to cure. Not sure how long we've been going for now. I forgot to look at the time. Doesn't matter. You can go forward, as I said. So that's going to go 2 seconds to go. Okay. I'm glad that this one doesn't whistle when it's done. It's annoying. Now, let's see if it's... No, it's not really coming off, but I would give it a bit more cure. But anyway, that's that one. It's sort of a blending of the... I'll bring it closer. The black polish with the gold on the end. Was going to be a French, sort of a French, but only sort of. But turned into like when not gold all over and just like a bit flamey on the, I think you know that I like the flames. But that's quite pretty. Quite happy with that. Now let's see if it needs any more of a tap here, and let's see if it needs a bit more of a to finish that one off with. I'll just give that one another 30 seconds, and then I've got to get myself a big plastic jar or something, or glass jar, to put all my nails in that I've done. Probably if you watched other tutorials, you would have seen that the girls usually collect their nails, and they've got like a whole bunch of them. So, yeah, I've got I think in America it's a Dollar Tree or something. We used to have the $2 shop, but things aren't $2 anymore, so they've got, what's it called? Silly Sollies in Australia. All right, well, that's that one. Pretty happy with the way it turned out, to be honest. Okay with that one. All right, let's put him over there with this one. Now, I've got a blue, Yeah, as I said, they look all different. Got a blue one here. And what colour did I choose to do with that one? Okay, there is a purple. I remember the other day, if you've watched the video, I said, oh, I could get myself a purple. But I found it. I found a purple, which is this one. So I didn't have a blue. The only blue one I had was that really sparkly. I think it was the Reniki one, that there was the blue that was really sparkly. So this is sparkly already, so you don't want to put sparkly on sparkly, especially it was very similar to this colour. So yeah, I wanted something a bit different. So we'll try, this is the Mknzome ZF20. I'm not sure if I've even used this one, to be honest. Sometimes I buy the sets, and let's see what this is like. Be generous here with a brush. Not sure if I've used it. It's quite nice. It's not sparkly, but it's, I don't know how you would explain it. No, not shimmery. Glossy, yeah, that's the word, glossy. Might be a two-coder. Let's have a look. I want to give it, give that 30 seconds and see how we want to do it. Don't know how the blue's going to go on that. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's open him up. Wouldn't want to be sneezing now, would you? Well, you turn your head, obviously. Oh yeah, this is very nice. Yep. Yeah, it's very much like that blue that I had the other day. So, well, what I might do actually is, let's first of all see if that's enough. What I'll do is I'll do the thing with the top coat with the rubbing in method with the eyeshadow brush. Being generous here with such a big nail. So that in there, you can see a couple of sparkles here, but that's all right. That's the designated top coat bottle now, a couple of sparkles in it, and that's okay. I'll give that, try 30 seconds, see how we go with that. And then we'll do it with the eyeshadow brush. Pink stuff's come off all right. Look at my fingers. Don't even know whether you can see them. Was it, what other colours were there? That one's the greeny blue. Yeah, I don't know how black would go. We've got a black one there too. Maybe a little clear base for that one. Not sure. See how we go. I'll do for that one, 30 seconds. Let's test it out. Yeah. All right, so it's basically just, even from the lid, just put a bit of, rub it on the, put a bit on like that, and just rub it on. Try to get it all over. I might have to go in there. I've got, although still there, but it's kind of sticking to the lid. But you don't need much. I'll go to the sides of the container first, I think. That. Now, do we want to go all over? What pattern do we want to pattern? But you're just rubbing it in. I'm just aiming for a little bit of a pattern here. There's nothing that's coming to mind at the moment. Just a little pattern. Free art pattern. Looks like it's a little bit, what I'll do is I'll put a little bit on the tip there. more on the sides there. Bit there, bit there. And maybe a little bit there. A little bit there. You don't need much of this stuff. It looks so different with the camera. It'd be interesting to see how that turns out when the video comes out. You can see how sparkly it is. But that's pretty sparkly. I'll put a bit more on the tip. Let's go back to the lid again. Not be enough on the lid there. Put a little bit more on the lid. On the tip, I mean. And just go down the sides there a little bit, at least on the front anyway. Actually, I might try outlining the whole thing on the sides. Just around the outside, line it a little bit. Like I said, you don't need much of it. I just want a little bit of a pattern there. I don't want to go overboard. Get more of the edges there. And yeah, rub that in pretty well. Press it down if you need to. Sorry, I have to keep checking the camera there to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I know sometimes I film and you're out of shot. Apologise for that. Yeah, well, that's just kind of a little bit of a pattern there. I don't know how well you can see it. It looked better than I thought it was going to look. I'm concentrating more on the edges there with the blue. And then you'd dust off any loose powder, and then I'll top coat that again, and then whack him and cure him again. Bring it really close. With the blue tack there, it's sort of I don't know if anybody knows anything about if there's blue tack equivalent in clear. I've tried those at Tabs and things, and they're not very good. So blue tack seems to be the best, but I wish it was clear. So that's how that one turned out. So I'll cure that one. Oh, I'll give that one 60 seconds, I think. Now we're done with the blue. Obviously, if you use the same brush, you can. They come with a few brushes, but I think you can just get away with wiping it if you wanted to. Waste not, want not, as they say. So that one should be done then. And for the next one, we've got I thought it was black, but it's brown. It's got all sorts of colours showing through here. So I've just brought out a base coat, and I think I've brought out a sort of a jelly colour. Yeah, I might try that because it's got the blue tack on it, and I don't think the base coat would look very good with the blue tack. So that's a blue one. So as you can see, that's just a little bit of a pattern I've done over the purple polish. Yeah, I think I'll try the jelly. Even the jelly's not going to look that good, or at least this one's a pink tack. I bought a bunch of the blue tack because it was a good price, quite a bit cheaper than the pink stuff. So yeah, this is like a a jelly. This one was Lux Bond. In fact, is this a builder base? Yeah, this is a builder base. Just happens to be a builder base. Another video that I'll be doing is how to use builder base, how to apply it, etc. What it's used for and stuff like that. It's good stuff. Good if you're trying to grow your nails especially. But I just picked it up and looked at the colour and thought, yep, that'll do. That's what I want. I just wanted quite a transparenty pinky one. So now we'll cure that for 30. And what did we say we're going to use? The black one, wasn't it? Better open that up. Well, it might be, no, it's pretty black. If it's a grey, it's a dark grey. Oh, okay. Oops. Oh yeah, that's nice. Shimmery. They're all very shimmery. Very much so. So I'll put a top coat on that. And then we'll kind of do what we did before. I haven't worked out how to do the speed up of the videos yet, so, but then I don't really want to do that anyway, so we've got a little ant there. Hello, Mr. Ant. Oh, it must be a nighttime insect. It's very late here. So a little bit I've got here underneath that. Take that off. Might give that 60 to be honest. Oh, there he is. There. Now I'm just trying to think what sort of pattern shall I do with this one. Just thinking out loud with you. Let's give that brush a bit of a wipe there. I think that might make this the last colour. Then we'll have 4 nails. Because I have a feeling we've been going for a while. Anyway. I mean, you can go over the whole nail with it, but I mean, that's a bit, well, it's not boring, but it's not what I like. I like things a bit more zhuzhed up than just like the whole nail, just if you wanted it to be a bit fancy. I like to make patterns and that make it a bit more interesting than just putting it all over the whole nail. Although it's nice when you've got like a cat eye and stuff like that. So, all right, let's try and rub some of this in. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? Well, maybe we'll start from the centre. I'll hold that a bit tighter. Come over closer over here to move these over a bit. What I'm looking at and what I can see in the lens is not the same, so just concentrate in the centre there. Let's get a bit more on our brush. Press down. Remember to press down to get it. Might make like maybe like a bit of an asterisk or something, or but not everything exact. Have it like long, short. Long and short bits, not just all the same length. It's cured a little bit too much, to be honest. It's not rubbing in as good as it should. What I might do is give that a top coat which that's another way too, when you can just cure it for less time as well. It's another thing. Now first I'll brush off the excess glitter there, because yeah, it's cured too much when you're doing this stuff. You don't want it to over cure, because it's got to be, yeah, it can't be over cured. Just want to try and make that thin. And we'll just give this 30 seconds, I think. And 30. And then we'll put another top coat over there. Over the top of it, sorry. Take those ones away. So we'll finish up on this one, I think. Three I did there. These are from Amazon, as you know, no affiliation. Get some good stuff from Amazon. I like their prices too. I definitely don't spend a fortune. I spend as little amount as I can, and I only spend what I can afford to. So I'll try again with this. Let's have a look and see how. Yeah, still pretty. Yeah, rub it in. I'm kind of going for an asterisk here, but it's not, purposely not making it to be exact. It's just like a thing in the middle with some straggly edges. Just trying to be a bit artsy about it. Just like, I don't know. It's turning out to be more like a crissy crossy thing, isn't it? But that's okay. Put one up here, rubbing it in. And maybe one in the corner there. Sort of off centre a bit, so it's not so geometrical. Yeah, something like that. You could make it a bit thicker at the, again at the tip. Not a French tip or anything, just making it a bit thicker. So that's just a little bit of black on that one. That's definitely not my favourite, but it's and then we'll put another top coat and we'll give it a finish off this one with a layer of top. Well, actually brush off the excess first. Yeah, brushed off a bit too much there. You really need to rub it in. Maybe I'll go around the edges with that. That's an idea. Go around the edges. Make it a bit more, a little bit more dramatic. Yeah, that looks better with a border around it. That looks better. A bit more there. I don't think there'll be anything to rub off here because I think it's burnishing in, which means rubbing it in. A bit more here. Yeah, that's made it look better there with that border. To be perfect, you'd spend a bit more time, but I don't want to take up all your time. Like I said, you can always go fast forward on this. That looks better. So I won't rub that this time because I'll go a bit back to our top coat because it's all rubbed in, so let's bring it over here so you can see. It's not like exact on the edges, but it's just a bit on the edges. So but that's what I wanted. Just want it to be a bit haphazard, like, you know, not exact. So that, yeah, that looks better with the borders done. Now that'll probably only need 30. I'll just give that 30 for now. 30 should be enough for that. And then perhaps another 30 if it needs it. So I think we'll finish there. I have a feeling we've been going for an hour, you know. God, it's 1:30 in the morning here now. And I think 12:30 comes to mind. That'd be the longest video I've ever done. But yeah, nails take a while to do. So it's just the way it is. Okay, that's ready now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look if it's cooked. Yeah. All right. In the end, I wasn't happy with that one. And then after I put the borders on it, then I was happier. So we got that one. And that one's got the rhinestones on it, little baby rhinestones. And we got our blue one on the purple. Can't see it very well in the camera. And we've got our black and gold. I might put them on the little art palette here. Whoa! Put them on the art palette here, in no particular order. And just bring them up to the camera. I forgot that thing's so slippery. I'll just turn them around. Turn them around a bit, turn my hands around one or the other. Straighten this one. Oh heavens, it will come off. It's alright, no panicky. Everything's all cured, so it's okay. I'll just turn that over a bit. It's just moved because of the silly blue tack. Alright. That's not, you know I don't edit, so it's just what it is. So, it's very slippery, slidey. Okay, well there's everything. The two in the front are probably my favourite, the black and the gold and the pink one. Oh, pinkish, yeah. But actually I'm happy with them. So that's the fine glitter. That was enjoyable, relaxing. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. So I'm sorry to keep you for so long, but like I said, I didn't want to rush in. As I said, you can always go fast forward. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't checked out my channel, I hope you do so. Thank you very much. Bye.